First things first, if you're watching, make sure you thumbs up, everybody. That's the cost of being here. So I see 6 views, thumbs up. Let's get 6 thumbs up. Go, 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 go. 7, go, 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 go. Make sure you thumbs up as I've got a net or something flying around me. Thumbs up, thumbs up. There's 2. We got 5 more that need to thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. That helps the searchability of the video, and so it lets more people know that we're here. So we don't want to be selfish. We need 3 more people to thumbs up. Okay, 4 more people, or 3 more people, or 2 more people, because we got 4 thumbs up. We need 2 more thumbs up for the 6 that are viewing. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. You should see the little thumb, and then you just click thumbs up. Thumbs up, everybody, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. We still got 2 people that haven't thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. You know who you are. Thumbs up. Okay, we got 1 more holdout. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. 1 more. 1 little person sitting right there. 1 more thumbs up. 1 more. You know who you are. Thumbs up. All right. Now the numbers match. We got 5 and 5. All right. All right. Oh my God. This thing is, I can't even see it, so dusty. And I apologize for the late hour to you guys. I meant to be back sooner than now. You probably can't hear it in my sound, but there's a cat convention going outside my house that I tell you guys about all the time. I'm over it. Cats better be lucky I'm a Muslim and that I fear God in the last day, because they would have been gone. Just saying. Anyways, I would have been back sooner, you guys, but as destiny and fate would have it, I wasn't, because when you go to do live stream on this, there's a series of things you have to go. You have to put your title, then you got to put your description, then you have to select whether or not you want it to be public or not, and then whether or not it's for children or not. They've started that some time back. Like, what's this kid thing? It's interesting, and y'all know I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm one who believes that I don't have to believe what they tell me, that I can think for my damn self. And so you guys will remember way back when I started a channel called Jedi Kids. Remember? And so I don't know why they do that, but anyways, but still it wasn't giving me. Then the thing turns blue for you to go next, and it wasn't turning blue, and I'm like, what's going on? Turns out I had too many caricatures in my title. First I thought they was trying to prevent me from going live, you see what I'm saying? But alas. And then of course, when I did the test stream to see if I could even do this, I told you guys that I needed to let my devices charge up so that I could, so that I would have 100% battery power, and I wouldn't be worrying about, oh my God, I'm running out of battery. At some point we're going to run out of battery, but y'all know I need all the battery power I can get because I'm long-winded and I usually have a lot to talk about. Plus, on a live stream, I want to be able to interact with you. That's the whole reason why I do these. It's an opportunity for me to interact with you directly and for you to interact with me directly. Like, it's a conversation right now. It's not like when I record a video and I release it. This is different and better, especially now because everybody being so quarantined and all the other thing. This is a good way, this is a good use of the technology, that, okay, we can still be together, so I love that. I miss you too, Maisha, and I don't know if I told you the story sometime back, whenever I first ever saw your name. You're the only other Maisha that I've ever come across on Earth. Back when I was in high school, um, one of my friends' mom let me stay with them so that I could finish school. And one of his sisters, his oldest sister's name was Maisha. That's the only other Maisha that I've ever known of or knew or anything besides you. So, um, yeah. So I'm not going to really wait. Um, it means life in Swahili. I did not know that. I did not know that. A Nigerian couple told me. But did you look it up yourself, Maisha? Oh, I'd like to know the answer to that. Okay, very well. Because sometimes, like for instance, recently, Maisha, I met a young lady. I was helping a friend of mine who is in a wheelchair. He's permanently, like for many years, he's been in a wheelchair. Um, Many years ago, he used to be gang affiliated and that whole life. I got two people that haven't thumbed up. You guys know who you are. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. That's the cost of being here. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. All right. Now the numbers match. Um, and I had taken him on some errands. This is just the other week. And on the way back home, he wanted to stop at this gas station that they also have like a place in there that sells food. They sell like, chicken wings and potato wedges and stuff like that. But there was a young lady that came in there and she had some Arabic on her arm, and she was saying that it meant something that I knew it didn't mean. The calligraphy wasn't good, which I didn't really care because, it was just regular Arabic. Had it been Quran, like we don't play around with that. Like the calligraphy must be beautiful. It must be. Anyway, and also you know that you have Arabic and Farsi and Urdu. So I was telling her what I asked her what did it mean so to see if she knew. And the answer she gave me, I go, that's not what it says. Although some of the letters weren't really clear, but I was sure that it didn't mean what she thought it meant. So I told her, you should always, especially if you're going to have a language on you tattooed that you don't speak, you need to understand what that means. You understand? Like, I'm over it. Like back in the day, before Michael Jackson was wearing armbands, your boy was wearing armbands. I had did that. That was me. That was the Jedi. That was me. You could ask my wife Janet. She will tell you it was me. Everybody know it was me. It was me. But 5 in the morning, a new day is dawning. It's me. It's me. But but I still want it. Stuff has to mean stuff. I tell you guys all the time. Anything that is associated with me, it has to mean something. It can't just be random or trendy. Like it has to mean something. And so this was just an example of that. So, but yeah, so I'm glad that you know that, Maisha, and I'm glad you share that with me because, like I say, you're the only other Maisha I've ever met on Earth. So, alhamdulillah for that. Let's see. Uh, it comes from Arabic originally. There you are. Because we have Aisha in Arabic, um, which was one of the wives of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Um, Ronaldo Wayne, good. I'm glad you got made it back, brother. Jedi, I'm gonna need some of your punch to stay awake. I am so-called essential employee. Oh man, black cherry, my brother. I understand that it it comes in a jug. That's one of the reasons I buy it because y'all know I'm a cheapskate and I'm not into stuff. But it comes in a gallon jug. It's by a company called Fruit Fresh, and it's just one of them cheap little. I think it's $1. It's under $2, and they have different flavors. And the one that I get is black cherry. They also have fruit punch, and they have I feel like lime or something like that. But the black cherry is really good. It's all I do. That's all I do. If I'm not drinking tea, I'm drinking black cherry punch. I just am. Or I'm drinking my peach propel or something like that. Um, yeah. So you are an essential employee, Reynaldo. Um, um, and I hate that too. Like, but you know what? My hat is off to you, brother. Whatever it is you do, I don't know your profession, Reynaldo. But I have contemplated since this whole thing began about the people that are so essential. And you know, somebody on one of the last videos that I did, some asshole left a message. Maybe it wasn't the last one. One of my very recent videos, when I was talking about universal health care, and he was saying something against socialism and this and the third. I was like, okay, so I'm sure you're definitely against them finding any cure for this coronavirus, because that would be socialism, because you want them to give you something. I'm sure you don't want them to give you any bailout money, because that would be so. And I'm sure you don't want any masks or any respirators or anything, because that would be socialism. So, and I went on and something like that in my comment back to him, and I was like, so just be consistent. You understand? But I bring that just to say that, you know, there are people that are essential. You know, I believe in a society that doesn't include money. I wish we had that, you know. But there are people who we cannot do without, that you're so honored that they chose that profession or that job, you know. There's some women that I know, um, and the daughter works at Amazon, and the mother, she's overweight and she has a lot of health problems, and but they got a lot of kids running around, and she needed me to go to this one of the local high schools where they were giving out lunches. I see comments, you guys. I'm going to get your comments in a minute. Um, and just as many, whatever number you said when you drove up, because it was just a drive-through, like you drove into the school parking lot and it was just a line and you just drove up, and whatever number you said, that's what they gave you. And so I was supposed to be getting 7 lunches, and the ladies were out there, you know, they had the masks on and all that. And when I pulled up, I said, you know, I'm not going to cry. I said, but I could. I said, I thank you guys so much for being out here. You know, thank you so much for that. Thank you. You know, anytime I've been hospitalized or anything like that, I always thank the nurses for even ever going to nursing school and becoming a nurse. I always say, thank you for becoming a nurse. Thank you for that, you know. Thank you. So I just say that just to express that, you know, there's occupations in the society that we really need to give them their credit. It's not thank the troops for your service, because they don't serve us. They serve big business and big industry and corporations. They're not for our safety. Nobody's attacking us. It's to carry out the empirical will of this devilish ass nation upon weaker nations. That's what the military does. Just saying. No shade to people that serve in the military. Get your coin, get your experience. That's all good. So I would say, appreciate you went and got your coin and got you, you know, your experience, but not thank you for your service, you see. And definitely police are out. Y'all know that, because they don't have the dangerous job. They just don't. They don't. They don't. The statistics that they keep show that most police during the course of their entire career never even pull their service revolver. You understand? So let's put down that they're putting their life on the line for us, and we just can't go on without them. And we just can't. And we just can't. I give thanks to the airline pilot. You understand? Who's got several million tons of aircraft that he's got to lift off gracefully with several hundred souls behind him. They're all expecting him to get them to their next destination while flying at 500 miles an hour. That's pressure. School teachers, you understand? Things like that. There are people that you just go, oh man, thank you for existing. You know? Thank you. Thank you. So it's just about keeping stuff in perspective and start running away with the hype, you know? Like, I'm over it. Let me get to some of these comments, you guys. Um, uh, Thank you, Shiro. That's very kind. Thank you so much. If you had seen me a few hours ago, you would have been like, nah, Jedi. I literally look like a grifter because I hadn't shaven in, God, when's the last time I shaved? I don't remember. Just, I looked hideous. All right. Um, so I needed to make sure that I exfoliated and I shaved and, you know, put some coconut oil in my Moses Lawgiver beard, you know, and try and look presentable for my people. Uh, I have something important to tell you. Maisha says, when you talk about the virus, use a euphemism because they manipulate the analytics and control the conversation with comments and stuff. I love you for that, Maisha. Okay, I got you. I got you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. MW, I miss you so much, man. I miss you, brother. I miss you, MW. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. It's so good to see you. In fact, recently when I seen you were in the comments on something recently, I was like, oh my God, MW, man. Oh, dude, good to see you, brother. Uh, Actually, Maisha, if again, I've been through 2 shutdown channels, so I've, in fact, there might be, I might have some on here with my braids. But I used to have my braids all the time, but then my braider moved, and I couldn't get my hair braided anymore. So then I just started letting it grow wild, and so that's why I was telling you guys it's a magic act. Like for me to compress and just it's a magic act. But what I'm looking to do now, in fact, K.R. Watkins and I were speaking on the phone one day, and I love what she did with her hair, but I can't do that because they're ringlets, and I think those are more for women. But it prompted me to start looking at some videos of locks, and I feel like I could do my own locks. Cause I even got in the mirror and tried like a couple of them, just what I saw. I got the comb and wet it and everything, and then I did the thing, and then started spinning the comb and doing the thing. I'm like, I got locks. So don't be surprised if I break out in locks on y'all one day. Just understand that. All right, okay. Um, and I've been threatening also to just get me one of the sisters that live around my neighborhood to just twist me up real quick. You feel me? Just they'll usually twist you up for like 20 bucks. You know what I'm saying? Look, how much you charge to braid my hair? So I'll charge you like 20. I appreciate the sisters, man. Um, yeah, I was, and I just as I was speaking to you, MW, I was about to ask you how's everything going in Vegas, but I just was like, okay, I'll come back to that. But man, and I don't have Skype and all that like we used to because my computer went to hell, and then I just decided to let my internet go, and so I miss those. I used to call it the behind the scenes. That's why I tell y'all that never did it. It's a lot of y'all that know everything about me, but it's in those off air, off site times that we would have hours of just discussion about everything. Oh man, I miss that so much. I miss that. I miss that. I miss that. Yeah, and you end up saying those Skype days. Yep, yep. Well, the governor's basically killed all jobs. That's part of what I want to talk about in this video, MW, because it also occurred to me that probably a lot of my people are not aware of what this stimulus bill means to us. And just your statement there when you said the government basically killed all the jobs, so that's going to look real cute for a lot of people because thanks to Bernie Sanders, you can file for unemployment insurance and get $600 a week. I understand that. All right. And then there's also information that you can get that $600 on top of. I think if you're already on unemployment, then you still get the additional $600, and or you get the $600 a week if you are at a certain income level or something like that. But you definitely get the $600 a week, and then Bernie fortified it so that it would be long reaching, the amount of time, and it could go up also. You need to know that. You need to know that. You need to know that. Also, while we're talking about money, I may as well talk about that right now. The stimulus, everybody, is it's a $1,200 check. All right, it's really a buy off of the people, because I always tell you, America never does anything because they mean to be benevolent or do what is righteous. Righteousness is not in the hearts of these people. You must remember that always. That's never their intent. That's never their provocation for doing anything at all. You need to really hear that. You need to really hear that. This is a distraction, really. Appropriate, yes, but not with pure intention. It's like I begrudgingly give you the $20 that I owe you. You see what I'm telling you? So this is that. It's really a hush and don't pay attention type of thing, because the money, it's not just $2 trillion. That's the first thing you need to know. All right. There's another portion of it that makes this about $4 to $6 trillion, and most of that's going to big corporations and big business. All right. They claim that Trump won't be able to use any of it for his corporations, but does anybody believe that? Just like when he became president, they was like, oh, I turn all of my business affairs over to my family. I don't have anything to do with the Trump organization. Who believes that? He shouldn't even be allowed to vacation at Mar-a-Lago, but there he is. So we don't believe it. But again, it's always just because they say, therefore it is. That's how it's always supposed to be. Well, we said it, therefore it is. No, it's not. It doesn't, So this is really hush money, so there won't be an outcry and indeed an uprising by the general population if they don't give the people something. You understand? Now, so there's $1,200 if you work, and oh my God, they said we're closed till further notice. We can't go on. First thing you do is you apply for unemployment insurance. You probably do that online. All right. So you'll get the unemployment insurance. You'll also get the $1,200 check. Now, if you have children that are under the age of 18, you get $500 per child. All right. If you have not filed, if you were employed and didn't file a tax return in 2018 or 2019, my best advice to you is call up Jackson Hewitt or H&R Block immediately so that they can file a 1099 of even $1. And then that way your thing will be in the IRS system, and then so that they will send you the $1,200 check. All right. If you are on Social Security or SSI or disability, usually those people don't get enough to file taxes, but they get what is known as a 1099. According to the the Secretary of the Treasury, according to him, just the fact that you're on one of those, that information will be shared with the IRS. Will share that. The IRS will solicit that information about you from the Social Security Administration, and then they will then dispense the money thusly. Now, there's another component: check or direct deposit. All right, according to the Secretary of the Treasury, they're looking to have these checks out within the next 2 weeks. But if you do not have a direct deposit, then your check will be slower than if you have a direct deposit. All right. There is another issue where they were saying, oh, there will be a website where you have to go and apply in order to get the money. So there's this means testing. Meanwhile, the big fat cats, they probably already got their check as I'm speaking. You know, they're billions. You see, and they're on their yacht someplace, and you know they're sipping Dom Perignon and all of it. All right. So the best advice for you for that is to forget that and to do the thing that I'm telling you, and that is to stay on track, Jedi. I'm talking about direct deposit versus physical check. All right. So if you are on a job, oh, and they insinuated, but this part I'm not clear about. They insinuated also in the payroll check. But obviously, if you've been laid off, then you're not going to be getting a payroll check. If you're still employed, but you're just sort of laid off, like you're just not at work right now because you can't go to your job, whatever it is, because of Corona. So then but again, you're still essentially unemployed. So this is to cover you through that time. So you still want to apply for unemployment insurance. And you want to establish that even to go direct deposit. All right. If hopefully on your job you already have direct deposit. Most people have direct deposit nowadays for stuff. Just direct deposit. Just because of mail fraud and stuff like that, it's just not even wise to have check coming to your house. It's just not wise, you know. So I would presume that most people have some form of direct deposit. So if you have direct deposit, then you are a working person who has been laid off their job, then that $1,200 check will go to your direct deposit in 2 to 3 weeks. All right, because as the Secretary of the Treasury said, you know, they're trying to move as quick as they can because people need it right now, and it doesn't do any good if you're waiting, you know. And then also, you're also looking at uprising and outbreak of violence from the general people because people are over it. All right. So let me see if you guys have any questions about anything that I've said thus far. I like that, Maisha. Toyota Corolla. Speaking of Toyota Corolla, y'all don't even drive a Toyota, but I do drive a Honda. And let me cover my name. But I did get this here from Honda about some kind of recall. I kind of glanced at it cursory, something to do with something with the steering. I think it's the airbag. I don't know. But interesting. Yeah, Maisha, there was some masterpieces that, you know, the divine had given me to produce on those channels. Absolutely, certainly my big channel, the original Jedi channel, you know. Sniper fire in those shoes. Oh my God, I can't. Yeah, I think it's gonna end up being locks, because but I'm very specific, so it has to look like the Alehi calendar. Like I'm trying to think of somebody who has locks that I'm like, that's what they have to look like. Like it can't just be like you see these brothers walking around, they have locks and they but it's just like like nah. I have a vision, and I've seen how it must look, you know. Because at one point I was threatening to just cut my hair off, you know. But this is the last thing I'm gonna try, just because I well, I have cut my hair before many years ago, but um, yeah, I'm the last child from my mother, and I always had longer hair than everybody in my family. And my mother had hair down past her waist, and my grandmama used to always tell me that. So I just thought that's the final gene. I'm never cutting it. Is in fact, I even lost a job because I had been on that job for at least a year and a half or something, and all of a sudden here they come talking about people got to cut their hair. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. It's not happening. So I ended up losing that job. I didn't give a damn. I was out. Um, the check is really some bullshit. It really is. I would agree with you on that, MW. But I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that. It is, but it isn't at the same time. All right. Remember, I always say two things can exist at the same time. We don't always have to be in an either or coordinate. Both and is always wiser and more productive intellectually. Yeah, that's something I should mention right now. MW bringing a good point because Amazon is bringing on 100,000 new employees. Walmart is hiring a gazillion people. Um, FedEx, any of those people, they're hiring a lot of people right now. Uh, Pizza places as well are hiring off the charts. I mean, there's a lot of places that are like they can't keep up, so they need people right now, and you're almost guaranteed to get a job. You know, we're gonna get to that. Shiro. Shiro says I'm seeing reparations for all smoking mirrors. Um, Ling Ling, clarify MW. Charmaine Champagne, my girl. How you doing? Good to see you, Charmaine. I've always loved that name, Charmaine Champagne. Like I just infer so much about you from your name. Like I think we would really get along so well. Like you just I don't I just I just from your name it just gives me that. Um Good point, Infinity. Yeah, they don't want riots. Oh, Shiro, good question. Jedi, what do you think about the government letting people out of jail? About damn time. But this is what's so ironic about all this. Let me see this last one from Aisha. How do we know that people are being let out of jail? I've been hearing that too. Okay, yeah, it is happening. It is indeed happening. It's interesting, everybody. One of the reasons why I was provoked to speak tonight is because this is kind of like the perfect storm. You know, I have bitched and complained and been pushing for Bernie Sanders to be the next president because we need universal health care for all. I always think of things in terms of us. We need Medicare for all. We need that. Our excuse me. We need $15 an hour minimum wage. We need that. We need student loan debt forgiven. We need that. We need free college tuition. We need that. You see, on and on. So this is almost like the perfect storm, because one of the reasons why I titled this "Suddenly There's Money," because every time it comes to doing something for the general population, well, how will we pay for it? You see, that will kill the budget, or it's the worst thing since Hiroshima. But certainly when you speak of reparations, well, we'd have to do a study, and what would that look like? And we just don't know, and we just, how would we pay for it? And who would get it? And how do you determine somebody's descendant of a slave, and this and the third? Huh. But now suddenly, you damn near gonna have to have Medicare for all. You're almost gonna have to, because everybody's gonna have to have access to be tested for this Toyota. And shout out to Maisha. And so people that don't have no money, or even the people that are on public assistance, like any of my single mamas out there that have children, you're on welfare and all that, you still get a check. Understand that. And isn't it interesting that we're not seeing any Africans being affected by this? I just saw today, there's some company, I don't know, I don't know who they were or where they were, I don't remember, but they showed the picture. It was a short, heavy-set sister that they said she just recently died of this. And I don't know if I believe it. And not only that, but this was clearly a company that was white, and the picture was her surrounded by all white people. So there's that. We've heard allegations, really, of a couple of basketball players, well, at least one, that they claim tested positive, but is asymptomatic. Now, this is important for African people, because there's a lot of things that we can have as part of our genealogy that won't kill us, but that will definitely kill their white ass. All right. And I brought you empirical evidence when I did the piece about Henrietta Lacks, Rahimullah. When I brought you the piece about Henrietta Lacks, and we learned that the protein that comes off of our cells is different than white folks. And oh, by the way, you remember in that piece when I played video of there was some doctors and some researchers and scientists. I remember one of the main guys, when his wife got pregnant, they thought that maybe she had been unfaithful to him, because the cell had black DNA, but the wife had not been. And then the guy was explaining to him how that was, and it said, anyways, we know that our genes are dominant. We know this. And even this whole thing of you got to have 1 billion shots to go to Africa and all that. We are not the same human being as these people, everybody. And this thing is important to discuss that in this context now, because we are a different people. We don't have recessive genes, you understand? I have beautiful brown eyes, as do many of you, you understand? And so that we know that the blue eye is a recessive gene. The blonde hair is recessive, it's inferior, it is weak. You understand? The less melanin you got, the more you're going to drop dead of just the very sunlight that gives life to everything on earth except for their ass. You understand what I'm telling you? So this is critical to understand in these terms in this hour, because when we hear that an NBA player has tested positive for it, what does that mean? My mother, Rahimullah, My mother died when I was 6 months old of tuberculosis. I spent the first year of my life in the hospital. If I go into a hospital right now and say I'd like to take tuberculosis test and they do the thing, I have a positive reaction, although I don't have tuberculosis. I still have a calcium spot on one of my lungs. I always forget left or right unless I see an x-ray of myself. That will be there for life, where it was arrested. But obviously I'm sitting here alive. I'm not dead. I'm not suffering from tuberculosis. So I use that to say that we can carry something and it not be deadly to us, but to them it kills them off. You see, Italy, just Spanish-speaking white folks. Italia, that's white folks. All right. Where else was it? China, I believe it was unleashed on them. I believe this. Because I saw a scientist on TV just today that was reiterating this thing that I don't believe, that it was some contact from a human and an animal, particularly a bat. I don't believe that, because how many billions of years has man been on Earth? And we share the earth with the animals. Nobody came into contact with this before now. I don't believe you. So I believe this is chemical warfare. This is something that was unleashed on the Chinese. You notice that the orange puff, when he gives his daily rallies at the White House press room, he's calling it the Chinese virus. Somebody Chinese should go up and punch him in the face every time he says that. There's got to be somebody Asian in that press corps. They should just go up and punch him in the face. They just should. And oh, by the way, speaking of White House press conferences, notice this, everybody. They're going against the continuity of government. Ask yourself now. I always tell you, you can put something right out in the open. Nobody will see it. Ask yourself now. Think back. How many times when Obama was in the White House press room did you see the vice president there? How many times did you see that? I Googled it even. When the universe gave me the question. I Googled it. I Googled images of Obama in the White House press briefing room to see how many times I was going to see Joe fake ass needs to die off Biden. Alright, I don't want to get worked up. Alright. This is against the continuity of government. The vice president and the president only appear for essential events together. And when they do, it's usually outside of the White House environment and there's major security going on. But every single briefing, you got the president and the vice president. That's very suspect to me, especially given that there's been question about whether or not Trump would even leave office at the end of his term. Why is the vice president there? Why? Do you understand? And for all their hatred of Patricia D'Alessandro Pelosi, who is president if they bitch asses get killed off. You understand? She's Speaker of the House. It's Vice President, Speaker of the House, President Pro Tem of the Senate, and then somebody else I can't remember. All right? Nancy Pelosi is third in line to the presidency. A woman. You understand? I don't know if women really understand that. Whether you like her or hate her, and for all this, can a woman be president, and the glass ceiling that Sniper Fire talked about, and all this nonsense, I'm over it. A woman is third in line right now to be the president. If these two croak off, you need to be aware of that. It's worth noting. All right? But I find it very curious and indeed suspicious that they're appearing together at every White House briefing. At every single one of them. At every single one of them. There's both of them right there. I'm over it. Wow. And I told you guys my favorite person on earth is my baby sister. She's Capricorn. Hers is January 10th. When's yours, Charmaine? Really, Shiro? Yeah, and we have a stronger immunity, Maisha. I would argue. Different people have different capacities. Obviously, ours are strong, but genomics is such a complex thing. Like can pass dominant genes down as well, physical, mental. If they don't have a gene that's stronger, they can't pass a dominant gene down. I don't understand that. Their makeup is inferior. They just don't have it. That's from their genealogy, their their pronunciations of genealogy and all these things. Like that that data is not from African people. Miss Patty Cakes 55, shout out to you. Okay, 13th January. January. We have to see it that way, Charmaine. January 13th, 13th January. Wow, it's strong in your family, Maisha. Pisces is strong in mine, like major. You understand what I'm telling you? Um, okay, I'm seeing there that I'm not seeing here. I don't know if there's a delay. It's required an immediate response to the environment. Do I see that? It requires me. Okay, okay. It's catching up. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, Pisces is very strong in my family. Um, my grandmother, the queen of my entire existence, was Pisces. My father was Pisces. Um, my nep- One of my nephews. Uh, my father's birthday was the 24th of February. One of my nephews, his birthday is the 22nd. Mine is the 25th. My niece, my second to the youngest niece, hers is the 26th of February. My grandmother's was March 16th. Um, um, Pisces is strong in my family. It just is. So I get that with the whole, with that being strong, with Capricorn being strong in your family. Um, we can do that. MW, did you need to speak like privately? Um, okay. Um, they don't have where you can send private messages on this anymore. So, are you following me on Facebook, MW? I don't remember if you're following me on Facebook. If so, if not, then I will find my Facebook because I'm never on. Never on. But we can make it. We can have. So I can send you my or if you want to share, whatever. I'll do that, and then you can share your email or your phone number or whatever, and I'll do the same, and then we can make sure we hook up. All right. All right. Well, okay. You're saying no Facebook. All right. Meaning you don't have Facebook, or you just don't want to do Facebook. Supreme Goddess Nani, what's up, baby girl? How you doing up there in New York, my sister? I hope you're not on them trains. All right, well then we'll have to do email then. If you don't mind sharing your email, um, or whatever you think is best. Let me know, MW. Jordan Taylor says, I wish New York would close their borders. Well, they probably are going to at some point, because I know that the Navy ship Comfort was just sent there to the ports in New York. Um, the Navy ship Mercy was sent out to Los Angeles. And more than half of the cases are in New York that exist in the entire country. More than half of them are in New York. But we also must guard against this, everybody, because as I said, they're already using this as a financial grab, you know, to enrich the fat cats and all that. And at the same time, they they will use this. Um, um, I kept hearing the Orange Puff. He just said the word National Guard more times than was comfortable for me. You understand what I'm telling you? Like, this is no need for military. You'll recall that when we had the Ebola uh, 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 deliberate infection going on in Africa, when a lot of people, a lot of our brothers and sisters in Africa were attacking their white asses when they went there, talking about we're here to inoculate you and vaccinate you. They beat their ass, literally. But we know that while Cuba and some other places were sending teams of specialists and scientists and all of this, America was sending troops. Huh? So let us be aware. I already warned you guys in a previous piece. We're not taking any vaccinations. We don't need to. We're not doing it. Don't do it. Don't do it unless you're a complete and total idiot. You take a vaccination, you deserve exactly whatever you get. That's first. Second of all, let us beware of any and all mobilizing of National Guards and military entities and so forth, because then they even couched it with the statement that, but the governors of each state would be in charge of that. Well, the governors of each state are in charge of their own National Guard already anyway, so why are you reiterating that as if it's something new and as if you're giving them permission? Because you're not. Because Trump thinks he's a wartime president. He's calling this a war. Language matters, everybody. I've told you this for years. Language matters. It's not just what people say and how they say it, but what language do they use to say it. It's very important. It's very important. It's very important. Very important. But we have to be vigilant as African people. Again, I tell you, we're not part of this. We are not part of this. And they remind us of that every chance they get. So we're not part of this. So we have to be our own advocate in this hour. That just because it's good for them doesn't mean it's good for us. We must remain in an awareness of Africanness. Not you're an American, not you live in the United States, that you're a citizen. Throw that out. You're an African and you to act thusly. That's what you need to do. Yeah, Jordan. But so what does that mean? Well, he said war, but he said war on the that. So what? I'm getting readings from you that you support this beast. Am I correct in that? Okay, Jordan, you got to go because we're not. No. You said yes. Africans we're in America first. Um, Okay, I'm gonna need you to. I'm not getting African readings from you. I'm not. And everybody knows me. Knows I don't. I'm only here for my people. That's it. If you're not one of us, take your shit now. Go. Cause I will block you. Matter of fact, my girl Charmaine, you are my moderator. Get rid of this Jordan Taylor person. Yeah, get rid of him. Because I got readings on his first thing. I'll go back and so I can show you my indictment where I begin to get the inspiration. Uh, first when he said, "I wish New York would close their borders." That sounds like a white statement. African people don't speak like that. Like that sweeping about just dismissing people. It's just not part of us. We just don't do that. That was the first. That was the first signaling to my jugular. Then it was. Uh, I missed they have multiple trials of vaccines. I missed that. Fine, whatever. I don't care. Um, then this one got me. Yeah, when I was talking about the language that the Orange Puff is using for this virus, and he was saying, yeah, he said war, but he said war on Corona. Like, why are you parsing hairs like that? Like, I think I lost a tooth right now when I heard that. And then when I said we think as Africans, and I was saying like it's just us, it's us, and yes, Africans, we're in America first. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Handle that, Charmaine. I don't play games. I am an authentic article, everybody, and you only see my face and hear my voice right now because you exist. I'm only here for my people. That's it. I don't have any other reason to be on this bitch at all. Understand that. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. And I'm definitely not here for white people. I'm not. I'm not. They are the enemy of our people and indeed of all humanity. Maisha says he sounds pro-African. That's not the reading I get, Maisha. All right, well then, why don't you take a moment and put up a picture or something, Jordan? Or why don't you direct me to a Twitter or a Facebook or something where I could behold your face or something, because I'm really getting readings. I'm getting readings, and I always live from my soul. I listen to the universe and the inspiration that it gives me. That is the guidance, is the whisper. So you just got to work a little harder. What, Maisha? Okay, Jordan. I don't. I didn't. I still stand on everything I've said up till now, and I'm just adding to say I don't know. I don't know if you're a male or a female. I see how the name is spelled, Jordyn. You know, so that's fine. Um, but I also say this too. This is why and some of you guys are new, but those of you guys that have been with me, you know that I used to be so all the time. I would be ranting and raving at my people. Put up a picture. Put up a picture. What are you afraid of? If you fear anything other than the one that created you, you don't know the one that created you. I've said this a million times. Like, why are we hiding? Do you understand? Like, I've been at this since 2014 when I had my big channel where and the Jedi Revolution, 23,000 subscribers, well over 4.5 million views on my channel. I've been exposed to a lot of humanity. I've had death threats. I've had channels shut down and everything. And here I sit in HD color. I fear nothing other than the one that created me. You understand? So I live to teach by example as well. There's no double standard with the Jedi. If I'm telling you something, that's because I do it too. So come out of the shadows and stop hiding. This is social media. And when I do live streams, the whole purpose of this is so that you and I can be together. I can be with my people in real time. That's why I do these. That's why. That's why. That's why. I desire it, and I owe it to you as well. You know, you've heard me bitch about people that are never on camera. You guys have seen channels where whoever the person is, they're never on camera. To me, that's a disrespect. Okay, you don't have to be on camera for every video, but you're never on camera? I would be over you. I would be over you. Because why can't we see you? Why? What's going on? Why? You shouldn't be on the internet then. You shouldn't. You just shouldn't be on the internet. You shouldn't. You know. And so I have a very good balance of being on camera and being not on camera. I have a very good balance of that. I've told you that I am a communicator, and so some things are better communicated without me being on camera because my presence can be in the way. And sometimes just the information is what needs to just be only the focus. So let's just show that. And then there's sometimes when I need to be on camera. The other thing too, one of my other styles of communication, you always notice that I make sure that you can see my hands because I understand the value of expression and body language. You'll remember me saying something more than if I'm down here and I had the camera set so you could only just see my face. That would be a totally different video. You would see no emotion, no anything. But I would be able to see me and express, and I look directly at you when I'm talking to you. When I'm speaking on camera, I'm looking at you. I'm looking right at you, you see? Because you're there. But you'll have people that are doing this the whole time. And I said so-and-so, and they're looking at themselves the whole time. And meanwhile, you're looking at them. But they're looking at themselves the whole time they're talking. They're idiots. I make sure that I'm looking at you when I'm speaking to you. Because I'm here to communicate to you and with you. If I'm live, I'm communicating with you. If it's a recorded video, I'm here to communicate something to you. You understand what I'm saying? But it's always important to me that you see my hands. Because I want you to be able to feel my expression. I can articulate points and things like that with my hands. And you can see me. You see? It's a whole thing with the Jedi. No, Jordan, that's your own fault. Because on this channel alone, I have nearly 300 videos. And I'm on camera for a great many of them. So why haven't you seen me before today? And oh, by the way, I did a live video within the last 30 days. And all of my most recent videos have been on camera because I don't have any other choice. Because I don't have my computer where I can do, I used to do the articles or the video or something like that, and then you just hear my audio. I don't have that option now. I literally have to be on camera for every single video that I do now. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, damn it, I hate it. So I don't know why you're just seeing me. So I'm going to show compassion this time, Jordan. But you're going to need to get a picture up, sister. I'm just going to need that. Ronaldo, alhamdulillah, Ronaldo says, right, I created a YouTube account with a picture because the Jedi threatened to kick us off his channel back in the day. He's so right. Ronaldo's been with me forever. And I used to tell people, I was like, if you don't have a picture, first I started saying, if you don't have a picture, I'm not answering any comment that you type. And then I said, no, I'll just give priority to people that have a picture. If I get to people that don't, then fine. I mean, I tried everything. it was about I need you to understand the reason for that. As I articulated it then, I articulate it now, because the truth never changes. I'm a personable individual. I'm fiercely private and all that stuff, but I'm also very extroverted as well. It just depends on what environment you put me in, or what layer I need to be in whatever situation I'm in. So on social media, I can't just have ghosts, you know. I need to feel connected to people in life and on social media. You get the best out of me that way, and inshallah, I get the best out of you. So I used to be like, forget it. If you don't got no picture, then I'll just delete you from my channel. I'll block you from my channel. I put out every threat I knew how, because I was trying to get my people to understand what's the reason for the fear. Then I had people who were one name on YouTube, and then there's something else on Twitter, and then there's something else on Facebook, and then I'm supposed to remember all your names, and none of them are your name. I'm one person for you to focus on, but yet at that time there's 23,000 of you, and I'm supposed to remember. You have to do something that I have to know. You have to stand out. I have to have something to go to in my mind when I communicate with you. Otherwise, you will feel the inauthenticity from me. You'll feel like he doesn't know me. Like, he doesn't even know what he's saying. Like, it's not even. And I'm not that dude. Like, I'm authentic in everything that I express and do in life. So that's why. That's why. So it's not random. No, Jordan, I do not have an Instagram. That is one place you will not find me. And I'm only on Twitter and Facebook only because I can share my videos. That's my whole reason for having a Twitter and a Facebook. It was like, how do I share my videos? How do I share my videos? How do I share my videos? Because it was just about expanding my reach. I want to reach as many of my people across the earth as I can. When I was at my zenith, I proudly read off to you guys the list one time, a couple times probably, where of the 26 countries that I was being watched in Africa. Deeply, deeply honored by that. Deeply honored, deeply honored. 26 countries in Africa. I had subscribers in 26 countries in Africa. They knew the Jedi. So no, I don't have a YouTube, an Instagram, Jordan. I do have Facebook, and I don't remember what my name is on Facebook. I think it's Trayvon Robinson, which is not my name. Um, and I'm the Jedi on Twitter, or you can try the Jedi 14952, one of those on Twitter, the Jedi 14952, or just the Jedi. And my thumbnail picture is a picture of me, and I have no shirt on. I'm looking very, very sexy, and you will see me. And then on Facebook, if it is Trayvon Robinson, or is it Raymond Robinson? I think I use Trayvon Robinson. Anyway, you will see my logo. It's red. I always use red, because it's a striking color and it represents me. It also like, I accent my house with red. Even like all my dishes are red, square. Like, my whole house is Asian, so red, just red. And you'll see it says the Jedi speaks. Well, I'm eager to see you, Jordan. And I'm not a proud man. So if I have been wrong, I will absolutely publicly apologize profusely and all of that. I will absolutely do that. Can I go to my Facebook? Let me try and leave here this on my phone, and let me try and go to my Facebook and try and tell you what my Facebook is. because I am classic for that. I have gotten rid of white devils over the years. We'll be on a live stream, and my people can tell you I start sensing, and I'm like, nope, gotta go. So and so is this. They saying the wrong thing, and I just don't play around. I don't. You know, the times are too critical, and I understand the plight of my people, and that's just not something to be played about. It's just not. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. You know, and sometimes let me say this as I'm trying to pull this up. Um, for many of our people, sometimes your level of awareness and injury. Hear this. Your level of awareness and injury dictate how you respond to the enemy of our people. You understand? I have both. I have the information that was instilled in me by my parents when I was very young, and then I have the experience. You understand? Even when we lived in Arkansas many years ago, when I was younger, I was called nigger every single day. Um, it's Trayvon Robinson, and you will see you know my emblem that's on here. It's red and it has Arabic writing in it that says Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of Allah the Beneficent, the Merciful. That's what my thing says. Mira, Trayvon Robinson. That's my Facebook. All right. So you can go to that, Jordan, or yeah. Was it Jordan? Did we say Jordan? I have to go back. You can go there and then leave me something, or leave your Facebook or something. Something I can go to you. You know. And while I'm at it, anybody that wants to follow me on Facebook, that's what you can do. It's you guys. I keep my branding consistent across all platforms. So that emblem, that Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, that's it. That's the Jedi. That's everything. You feel me? So there you go. All right, Trayvon Robinson. Fake name, but that's me. All right. So I tell you guys, my first and last name are Arabic. I don't have an American name. Okay, I was not signing in. I thought it was asking me yes or no, and I was like, nah, and then I'm suddenly signed in. I'm over it. Okay, let me sign out. Because it may slow me down or something on this because I'm using this for this. All right. Lost my train of thought. Let me see. Let's go back to the chat. Somebody remind me what I was talking about, you guys. Yeah, so Jordan, you can do that, and then leave me some kind of a message. And as public as I've been about dragging you for filth, I will be just that public in my apology and correcting and all that stuff. I'll do that absolutely, because for me, it's never about being right or my opinion and feelings and philosophy. It's about what is the truth. Period. The end. That's how I operate my life. That's who I am. I know, Reynaldo. Reynaldo says, I hope this Jordan is legit because we will be running out of battery soon trying to figure this out. I know, right? Thank you. I'm glad you said that, Reynaldo. because okay, I'm at 49, so I'm looking pretty good. That's not so bad. Um, by the way, you guys, has the stream been smooth? Has we as I forgot to ask, are we having any technical issues? Are we good? Okay, Jordan, I will make sure that I check that. For when I get off. I won't do it now, just because I just even like Reynaldo was saying, I just don't want to. I'm going to stay on this, but I will treat you with kindness, and you can still participate and all that stuff. And like I say, I'll just look at your message afterwards. J9, what's up, my sister? And J9 said it takes 1 minute exactly to upload a photo. It really does. It really does. I don't even have an Instagram. I don't know. Like I'm one of y'all know I'm one of these people. Like if I don't think it's relevant to me, then I don't really need that. So I always hear about Instagram. Everything on TV. So and so posts to their some celebrity posts to their Instagram this, their Instagram that, and to me it's when I hear stuff like that, it immediately becomes okay. That's trendy, and I'm not trendy, so I'm over that. Type thing. I think early on when I was trying to learn how and where I could share my videos, I think that at, I think Instagram precluded me because I thought I learned that you couldn't, I think you can only do short little videos on there or something like that. Like, y'all know I can't do anything in a short amount of time. I can't, you know. I have to have at least, and this is pushing it, because it's really 2.5 to 3, but at least I have to have an hour to do whatever I'm doing. At least. Because I don't have prepared remarks. I don't have notes. I'm speaking from my heart when I speak, and you cannot rush authenticity. It must just happen, you know? And I need the space to be available for that. I can't be watching clocks and timers and, ooh, I can't, I don't do well with that. I don't. In any sector of my life. Like I just don't do well with that. I just don't. I have to. Time has to just create itself. You know, whatever time that takes, it just takes that, and that's that. You know. So I will check your message, Jordan, or Miss Jordan Taylor. Um, yours is Vanity J9. Because Vanity was my dear friend. And this is the other thing, you guys, too, and this is also to you, Jordan, on this. I really don't do Facebook and Twitter on my phone. Like when I had my computer, I would go to Instagram and or not Instagram, to Twitter and Facebook. I really don't trust it on these phones because we are dealing with the devil. Do you understand? And like I was even telling my nephew, the prince, yesterday that like I don't go to Walmart website for anything, but I noticed every time I've been in Walmart, suddenly when I go to my email, I've got all these emails from Walmart, like advertisements and shit from Walmart. You see, they're the devil. They are. Damn it, they are. Well, just send me a friend's request then, Jordan. Oh, you're saying Instagram is a vanity, J9. It seems to be that. Like, everybody's like trying to just be Instagram. Like, I hear it's about clicks and that, and y'all know I'm not here for any of that stuff. Like, I'm not into that. I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested. You know, if I cannot share my work there, then I don't really need to be there. Because I'm not here for popularity and all of that. I'm not interested. No, Jordan, but somebody, who was it? Somebody mentioned in a not too distant video, when this Toyota thing broke out, somebody somewhere said, Jedi, did you think about maybe this could be a result of the 5G? Who said that to me? I don't remember, but I thought it was so plausible, you know? Um, yeah, because the timing lined up and all of that. But, maybe it's a both and, maybe because I still maintain that, and, when we think about even radio waves and all that stuff that goes through us, I can't, you know, um, you know, this is one of the reasons why I'm moving to Africa, everybody. Because I've said a million times, this is not humanity. This is not an authentic life experience of being a human being and existing from birth to death. This is not it. There's no humanity here. There's no humanity. You know, you have people in this country that don't want to see a dead body. I never want to see that. That's graphic. I don't go to funerals because I can't take it. On and on. Well, I want to be someplace where that's a natural part of things because that's how it is for me. You need to be reminded, you see? And by the way, it's a good check on your character. You know, Allah says to mankind in the Quran that we should visit the grave often to remind ourselves that we one day will be there and that we have an appointment with the grave. You see? When you see even in the eastern countries, certainly when somebody Muslim dies, you see them carrying the body above their head through the street, just carrying the body, so it becomes a natural thing. The last janazah that I was at, there was a woman in our mosque who died the year before last at Ramadan, which is seen as a gift from Allah. If you die on a Friday, or if you die certainly during Ramadan, or if you die during prayer, or you die in the mosque, you're totally going to paradise, like done. Anyways, this lady died during Ramadan, and when Muslims pass, we all go. You must go to the gravesite. You must. We bury our own, and there's no coffins and all that stuff. All right. The family has prepared the body and anointed it with oil and washed her the same way she washed for prayer when she was alive. Her sisters will wash her that way before they perfume her and then wrap her in cloth. And then we take her to the grave site, and then usually the men will carry her to the if it's a woman, the men will carry her to the actual place where the grave has been dug, and we all throw dirt before they bring the tractor to push the dirt over. And then there's stones put around her, and then there's stones put over her, and then the dirt is put in, like And I mention it because there was a little boy there, one of my brothers, his name is Semi Hisham, and his little son, who was a miracle child, because his wife was, they were trying to have a child, and they were trying, and they were trying, and it just wasn't happening. And then finally he was given a son, Allahu Akbar. But his son was at this janazah. Now he's walking and talking, and he's a youngster, you know. And every time I see him, I say, "Don't forget you're a miracle." And he's just so much energy, and he is really a delight. But anyway, it was beautiful to see Semi explaining to him what was happening. You know, this was this kid's first janazah, and Semi was explaining to him. He was like, "You see, this is how we do, and this is because now she's going to go, and she will be in her grave, and then on the day of judgment, Allah will judge her, and she will go, you know, and etc. etc." And it was just a whole thing, you know, just like, I mean, he was the only kid there, but this was his first janazah. So I'm just saying, like, in many other places in the world, certainly African nations, death is not some, "Ooh, don't look, I can't, ooh," you know. It's a part of life, and more people need to see that. You see, so maybe it would change their damn character. I always know when I'm riding with somebody that's never been in an accident, and I don't ride with people. You see, but I always know when somebody's not been in an accident by the way they drive. I'm like, they need to be in an accident. You know what I'm saying? Then they will change. They need to be in an accident. You know, something real bad where they survive barely, but they make it. You see, and then they will change how they drive. You see. Um, but yeah, these phones are diabolical, everybody. You know, and I shared with you years ago that you know, the FBI and all that, they admit that they can activate your microphone and your camera even when your phone is turned off. So if you really want your phone off, you need to take the battery out that bitch, is what you need to do. Understand that. Otherwise, your phone is not really off. And your camera and your microphone can be accessed remotely. They've admitted this. Um, I want to bring myself back to center. That I want my people to do your footwork so that you can get in on this damn uh, stimulus money. You must do it for the ancestors. You know, I've always said, anytime that you can get a free coin from their society, get it, because they owe you that and then some. For our ancestors who worked for at least 533 years, that's just up to the 1965 Civil Rights Act. All right, because we're over this 1619. We're over it. We're over it. We're over it. All right. And I cited for you in previous work my evidence for, I knew we had to have been here earlier. I just knew it. And it turns out it was 14. I have to go back and watch my own damn video now. But anyways, we were already had been here 533 years in 1965. That's real. All right. So for our ancestors who had to work from can't see to can't see, you get your damn coin. You understand? I saw recently something where one of the you know, the cassettes of money that they used for the ATMs, it was like $40,000 or something like that. And the dude saw it as he was going through the drive-thru, saw it, realized what it was, and took it and returned it to the bank. We don't do that. We don't do that. You understand? Let a Brinks truck or a cassette or something like that. That's money for me and my people. It just is. You slipped. You slipped. You slipped. You slipped. That's for us because you owe us that and then some for the ancestors. You understand? And obviously that was meant for me. Otherwise I wouldn't have found it. If you have a phone that you can't remove the battery, Jordan, burn it today. Burn it. Burn it. And if you know anybody that's got a phone that the battery can't be taken out of, tell them they need to burn it. Because how suspect is that? What is that? So, as I say, if you um, are or or have been put on any type of leave from your job because of this thing, A, get online first thing tomorrow and apply for unemployment in your state. Excuse me. And also, as I say, you will get even if you haven't lost your job, you still will get the $1,200 uh, check. And if you have children, for all children under the age of 18, um, you then it's $500 per child per household. Um, if you are on disability or SSI or Social Security, then you, as I say, the Secretary of the Treasury said that they would get the information from the Social Security Administration and they would then do it thusly. I would still, if I were you, I would call up Jackson Hewitt or somebody just on the strength, and I would tell them the Jedi is not too bad tonight. Just happened to notice. I would call somebody and immediately have them prepare a tax return for me, just so that it's in the system. And if you don't have direct deposit, no matter what your source of income is, I would immediately set up direct deposit. Um, you know, we need to maximize and make sure that our people are beneficiaries of this money. You understand? We need it the most on any given day, in any given time, no matter if there's a crisis or not. Black folks are at the bottom of the economic ladder. One or two Oprahs does not a people make. You understand? So, and we're owed that and so much more. But here's my issue. You know, yes, it took them a few days back and forth in the House and Senate, but eventually they worked it out. Y'all can't do the same thing for reparations for black folks? Oh, they don't want to. There's that whole thing. I forgot about that. There's that whole will to do something. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. I'm crazy. But this whole thing exposes that yes, they could have Medicare for all for everybody in this bitch. Don't give me. We don't know how we or what the lying ass mental retardation, Alzheimer's, and dementia as Joe Biden. Bernie has to say it 6 times. Wants to spend $60 trillion. Gonna cost $6 trillion. $6 trillion. Really? Because they're putting out at least $6 trillion on this. You understand? The headline is $2 trillion. But you have to watch. That's what I told you. You have to watch all the shit. And so they've said that's what the public number is. But back on the back end of it, you're looking at about a $4 to $6 trillion total on this thing. So where is our money? Where's our money? And oh, by the way, isn't it cheaper to send reparations to all African people in this bitch than it is to send money to everybody in this bitch? You see? I'm not a professor of math, but I don't think I need to be a professor of anything in order to understand this. It's outrageous. This exposes the lie of it. It not only exposes the lie of we can't do reparations, plus we know they've done it for the fake Zionists twice, and they've done it for the Chinese or the Japanese, and they did it for the natives. Just our black asses can't get it. You see? So I'm over it. They could do reparations for us tomorrow. And this shows they could get it done inside of a week. Inside of a week. Because they know where our black asses are. They make it their life's mission to know where we are at all times. I cite for you. There I was. I went a few weeks ago because I told you guys I learned I had a fractured shoulder. Don't know how. But anyways, I had to go to this. I went to this orthopedic. And I'm sitting in the waiting room, and I'm the only African person in the waiting room. But it turns out the sister at the counter, her name was either Tamika or Lakeisha. Real sister. And then the main assistant, when I got back there, her name was Coretta. Understand that? Feel me? So it was just all things good as far as the melanin. But everybody in the waiting room except for me was white. And I always know when I'm in an environment with white people who aren't really around black people and definitely are racist and are now trying to put their best foot forward and are failing. It's kind of like, if you're an orchestra and, okay, it's not a good analogy, but I'll just share the story. So first it was, I had to fill out the thing and there was no place to sit, so I just moved the magazines and sat on the table. White bitch right there. Older, trying to play the I'm old and ditzy, wasn't buying it. Understand? Um, she goes, only thing about it's gonna be so long. It's such a long form. Just trying to engage me. One thing I'm very good at is icing you the fuck out and letting you know and feel the ice. So I ignored her. And on top of that, I had my shades on. Shade.org. So she kept trying to engage me with different little quips and comments, and I just was icing her out. Like, I don't have time for you, and I might punch you any minute now. Then it was taking a while, so I wanted to go and get a tea. And so I asked my sister, I was like, is there someplace anywhere I can just go and, get something? And she directed me over. Turns out it was a pharmacy. So I went in there and I got me it was so good, y'all. It was orange vanilla something. It was good. Anyways, went back in, and I know I had on my Timberland boots, and I had on my the jeans I was wearing. I had my right leg, I had the jean rolled up, cuffed, and the other one I didn't have it cuffed. I had it just cuffed over once where it was still the same color as the outside of the jean. Like the other one was like cuffed and you could see like, oh, that's, it was on purpose. Like it's the East Coast thing. But anyway, so they're so on me. I sit down and here go the other heifer over there. She goes, excuse me, did you know that you had one leg that was rolled up and one that wasn't? I go, did you know that you're watching me too damn hard right now? Did you know that? You see? Stay out my business. But I always know when I'm in that environment where they're trying to be overly, like I'd rather you just burn a cross in my face. You feel me? It's like, just do that. Like, that would be more authentic. Don't try and act like you something that I know you're not. You are the devil, and so therefore just release your horns and let them sprout. I'm over it. Yes, Shiro. It is a gift. One must learn to one must learn to ice people. Ice. Ice. In fact, and I'm an equal icer. The buildings that's next to ours, where my garage is, then after that, then it's there. This other building. That those are not the same apartments as ours. And there's this fat black dude, a brother. First of all, beware of any and all brothers that walk around with no, like this got the big ass pot belly, that walk around with no shirt on. I've never met a brother that expresses himself like that was a decent person. Just saying. So, but uh, I also don't like when people, when I'm in anywhere outside of my home, in public, anywhere, where someone is too eager to engage me. I don't like that. I don't know why. It's just, I don't need to know why. That's just, it comes from me authentically, and I just don't like it. And he, as soon as he moved in over there, he was trying to engage me, and I just would just ignore him completely. Like, why are you trying to engage me? Why? 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 You know. And then one day I heard him speak to his wife in a way that you would never speak to a woman, certainly not your wife. So he's not eligible for my spit even. So iced out was he that I was backing my car out one day, and there was some other guys that was hanging with them out there that day, and he said something I totally just like nothing, as if it was just up, as if I was the only person on Mars or something, like there was no other human being around. That was my whole demeanor. And I heard like, who the fuck he think he is? Who is that? Who is that? I iced his ass out. I don't speak to him. And again, once I heard how he spoke to his wife, you'll never get shit out of me, homie. You might get stabbed up, but that'll be something else. I understand that. I'm saying, just like a little stab piece. Um, yes, I think that. I think that because Rihanna is also a water sign. She's Pisces, like your boy. I'm saying, actually, I wouldn't even tell y'all this, but me and Janet have broke up for just like a couple weeks, and so me and Rihanna had like a little. We was talking and stuff. I wasn't gonna tell y'all. So, but me and Janet got back together though. So that's forget that. Forget that. Forget that. I'm saying. I'm saying. Trying to help y'all out, let y'all know stuff. Feel me? I'm saying I'm in this. Um, Indeed, J9. You know, I was just even listening to one of my Muslim brothers on something the other day, and he was saying, yes, we recognize, which I've told you guys this, it's even in the Quran, that the Israelites are Allah's chosen people. It's us. But I also told you in a video that I did called We're Not the Chosen People, that title was meant to be provocative to get you to watch, but you guys know I'm never about a gimmick, you know, and the hardest thing for me is how to name a video. But that one was on purpose because I knew people would see that title and have an objection, but then they would hear my explanation. So alas, we are the chosen people, but Allah also said to us that if you don't heed to my commandments and so forth, I'll replace you with another people. I'll do it. I'll do it. And maybe this is the reason why there's been the advent of this Zionist Jew now who claims that they are the people, but they'll never use the word Israelite because that means they have to be from the land and of the language of the Semites. But you're from Poland and Germany and oh my God, nothing Semitic there because they are not the fucking Jews. Period. The end. Can they get a Torah? and go to the synagogue and follow the tenets of the Jewish religion, absolutely, we have no problem with that. But you are not Semitic. You're not Semitic. You are not. You are not. Damn it, you are not. You are not. We are the Semites. It is us. So you don't ever have to hold your tongue when you speak around these fake ass people. The minute they want to claim you're anti-Semitic, say, bitch, I am the Semite. It's me. It's me. Because this is the first requisite. Is this melanin right here? That's first. And Musa, alayhi salam, was sent to us, as was Isa, the son of Mary. And on down the list you can go. And so we know that Moses was an Israelite. Huh? And the Jews love Moses. And what does it say in your Deuteronomy 18:18 and in John 14:26 and in, I can't cite them all now, but when Allah speaks to Moses, he says, and I will raise up from among them a prophet like unto you, Moses, from their brethren. He's talking about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We know he wasn't speaking about Jesus because Jesus was an Israelite. So, from among their brethren would be the Ishmaelites. And we know that the Prophet Muhammad is from the lineage of the Ishmaelites. We also know he was a black man because he's from the lineage of an African woman, period, the end. Arabs will never tell you this. No, brother, we should never talk about the identity of the prophet. Yes, we should, bitch, because he looks like me. So we'll definitely be discussing. See, that just like the white folks. Well, it doesn't really matter what Jesus looks like. Really? Because it seemed like it mattered a whole lot to y'all. And to a man that you have absolutely no access to at all. He wasn't sent to you. He's not your personal savior. He's not the God come as a man. You have no relationship to this man. He doesn't know you at all. But they just love Jesus so much, and they just love Jesus, and it's just Jesus, and it's just Jesus, and sat your ass down because you do not have any claim to him. I'm over it. We are the Semites, everybody. And I wish that when Michael Jackson, rest his soul, when they tried to put him to the anti-Semitic bullshit, and he was talking about my lawyers are Jewish, Tom Brinka is one of my good friends, David Yetnikoff, and all this. I wish I could have just got to Michael and said, Michael, you don't owe these people a fucking explanation. Your answer is, bitch, I am a Semite. I'm an Israelite. I am from the land and of the language of the people who are Semites. See, there's always a requisite for everything in life. I tell you guys this all the time. There's a requisite. There's a requisite. And the requisite to be a Semitic person, you must be from a certain region of the world where those languages exist and have existed. No white people can make the claim. I don't care how big their nose is or how many yarmulkes they gonna wear. They're not Semitic. Period. That's just the damn truth. So let's quit with the Jewish lie. Let me catch up on some of you guys' comments. Okay, Jordan, about the S. Interesting thing there, Maisha, with regard to the installation and staying inside for the schools and the streets. Interesting. Good reminder there, Shiro. You guys always remember. Yeah, people are doing a pretty good job of thumbsing up. I have to give it to you guys. You've been thumbsing up. The numbers are matching. In fact, the thumbs up is even higher than the viewership right now. So appreciate it. But you must thumbs up. I remind you guys too while I'm live, in case you didn't see the video. You know, when I've talked about the my campaign, my for my move to Ghana, West Africa, and I've given you the link for the GoFundMe, and I've also talked about the Cash App. I never remember to tell you that if you Cash App is the best thing, everybody, because 100% of your donation it goes to the campaign. But the other thing is that there's benefit in it for my people. So whatever your donation is, you get $5 for using the Cash App. So when you first download the Cash App, which is free, takes a second to do it. When you use it, no matter what you donate, you get $5 in your Cash App account. So get the coin, download the Cash App, donate whatever you can to the Jedi 1814, and get your $5. You understand? I like that. That's a two-way street. I love that. And I never remember to share that with you all. You know, like that's a benefit. So download the Cash App. My Cash App tag is the Jedi 1814. You'll see my thumbnail is me. I'm in a red shirt with my do-rag on, and then you just donate, and then you'll get $5. I love that. I wish I remembered to share that with you before. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, let me give you guys the numbers. I had my list so I can give you an update on the campaign because we well over the halfway mark, y'all. I just saw it. I've got a couple things. I know what it looks like. Did I put it over here? Because we are over the halfway mark. Remember, the goal is $10,000. We're, I want to be able to give you the exact number. We're at like 5,300 and something, and we've had something like 600 and some odd dollars that people donated on just Cash App alone. Yeah, Allah, please let me find this. Wait, y'all. Because I just seen it. Oh my God. Ha ha. Yo tengo. All right. So, I didn't date this, but this is the most current. All right. So that. Oh, and I also was gonna. All right. So anyway, fine. So we're $5,342. Everybody. Um, the last time I looked at the GoFundMe, the total on there, which I know that has gone up at least by $20 or $40 or something, was $4,730, and then there's $612 um, that I added up on the Cash App. That's how I arrived at the total campaign total of $5,342. Big shout out to a lot of you guys, but especially Rinaldo Wayne has been amazing. Um, and at the time that I made this list, it was the most recent donors, everybody. So this is Cash App donations. Um, Sharita, $10. Vanessa, $1. Where did I do this? Vanessa Bell. Vanessa Bell Dean. Vanessa Bell Dean, $1. Chris Randolph, $8. Reynaldo, $50. Marissa, this is just on Cash App, everybody. Marissa, $10. Reynaldo, $100. Ashley, $2. Janine Orange, $25. Ms. Denova, $25. Fela Jones, $1. Ms. Denova, $50. Ashley, $15. Michelle, $20. Ms. Denova, $25. My my dog, my ace boom boom, Marilyn James Brown Jr., $50. My friend of mine that I told you, she works for the National Security Agency, Melissa Cristelago, $180. And then even the Prince, $40. So those are that's the total from Cash App. That's how I arrived at the $612. And then, as I say, the $4,730 is on the GoFundMe, and then you just add those two together, and that's how I ended up with the $5,342. So I love and thank you guys, but again, for all of you all who have not stepped up, who have not done it, it takes a second to do it, and let's just get it done. So I can't do the math in my head right now, but we're less than. We'll just say we're $4,000 away. Just round it. Yeah, the 3,000, 2,000. No, 4,000. Maybe it's 3,000 something. I don't know. Anyways, but we can get it done. We came this far, everybody. We can go all the way. We can go all the way. So let's just do it. And like I say, I recommend Cash App, but fine, if you don't want to go to Cash App, you can use the GoFundMe. All right. And the GoFundMe, because on live stream I can't do links, I don't think. So the GoFundMe is you just go to www.gofundme.com. When it comes up, you will see a thing where it says search. You put in "Send the Jedi to Africa." My campaign will come up. There's a picture of me there looking amazing. You click on that, it'll take you to the campaign, and blah blah blah. You can donate. All right, fine. Let me catch up on your comments, you guys. How long have we been at this now? I didn't think we were gonna get this far. Because I'm like, I don't think we have enough power for this. And what am I at on battery? We're at 21%. We're going to ride till the wheels fall off. I know J9 said, Jedi, you promised no murder in 2020. I know. Urgh. All right, fine. I'll keep my promise. Urgh. I'm being good. I'm being good. I'm being good. Because I learned one double murder and they're all over you. So I'm not doing anything this year. Hadn't done anything. I'm being good. Uh, I'm really behind on comments. J9 said they're printing money. And know this, I told you guys in previous work, there is no money at Fort Knox, everybody. No money. There's no gold at Fort Knox. No gold, no gold, no gold. I brought you that and I proved and showed that. There's no gold at Fort Knox. There isn't. Yes, Jordan, and yes, of course, Joe Biden has dementia. He has mental retardation and a few other things that I could imagine and name. Like he's not the dude. Trump will crush him like the cockroach that he is. And Trump, as I said, and I will play the "I told you so" video after the November election, saying "I told you so" that Trump has already won. The night before Super Tuesday, when all those sellout ass bitches that were only there to drag the numbers away from Bernie, suddenly they all went and dashed over and endorsed Joe Biden. And then here comes James Clyburn to suddenly endorse him in South Carolina. That is the moment Trump was reelected. That's the moment. Know that I said it first, and because I've already done the video. I've already said it, and I will play that on November whatever when he's reelected. Watch. You can't put trash up against trash. You have to put a pristine candidate up against this asshole. They tried this with Sniper Fire in 2016. She was dirty. You have to have somebody that makes the people want to come out. Don't give me two pieces of trash to vote for. I'm done. I'm staying home. And that's what a lot of people did. You see? So they're trying that same model yet again. You put Bernie up there who's been consistent for 40 years. There won't be anything Trump can say to him. He will look like an idiot. But Joe Biden is going down. Plus it takes him 15 minutes to get a sentence out. He's already president. So let's forget about November. He's already president. You know what, J9? I don't know. That would be the right thing to do, is to go to universal basic income. But they have seduced white people into singing, and some black people even, and a lot of immigrants to come here buy into what I'm about to say next also. Well, you don't want the government to do anything for you. Well, then they don't need to take my fucking tax dollar. Why do I have parents if they don't feed me and clothe me and raise me? I don't need them. So I don't need a government unless it does shit for me. They don't just exist so we can say we have a government. Governing means you are parenting the country. That means we get the shit we ask for. Period. But that universal basic income will go out like that if we didn't exist. They're always trying to figure out how they can deny us. You understand? They always know that. That's why even this stimulus took so long. How do we prevent the niggers from getting anything? You see? And that's Democrats and Republicans, because they're all white. And they are unified in their whiteness. Party means nothing. I tell you, they are a collusive people. They're a collusive entity. We don't use people. We don't have any evidence of that. We don't have it. We don't have it. Suggest facts not in evidence, move to strike. Yeah, Pam. And good to see you, Pamela Williams. Another one of my sisters has been down with me forever and ever and ever. Yeah, and I just was talking to somebody about this the other day, Pam. You know, and I was encouraging, might have been my best friend. Yeah, don't go paperless. Yeah, go paperless. Pay online. All this, nah. Keep it old school. You understand what I'm telling you? Because the moment that they have, you don't have no more. That everything is um, cashless. Then they can cut your bitch ass off when they want to. I'm over people that are out and you see somebody homeless asking for money. Oh, all I have is my card. Well, you should die off. Jordan says, well, the story has it that Johnny Cochran was working on a lawsuit to sue the United States for not giving reparations to Africans, but he never finished putting everything together prior to his death. I can absolutely believe that, because they were already mad at him for, how dare he got OJ off. No, he used their law and followed it, and there's no way you could have convicted OJ or anybody else for that matter for this murder. You see, so there was already hostility there, so we could show motive at the very least, and then certainly something like that, and they definitely want us to have. So yeah, I can buy that. I hope you're right, J9. I do want them to shut their asses down, not just their financial. I ask Allah daily to destroy these people off the earth, because I even thought of the day after. In my fantasy, in my dream, it's called the day after no more white people. The entire world is a different place. Like that. Instantly. Humanity begins to happen. You see? Because we're all living by their principles and their proddings and their influences and all this, you see? And nobody should be doing that because there's fewer of them on the earth than everybody else. And I've itemized and cataloged that they are the scourge and the problem of all humanity. They just are. Go and watch the recent videos that I did, not too distant, called Identifying the Hand of something identifying the hand, and that's what I'm cataloging in that video. It's a three-parter actually. I'm giving you all sorts of things and showing you we have to go to who is the cause of that. We gotta stop buying into this stuff. The system failed, or that happened, or the country's divided, or no. Who? 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 I love Adrienne Bailon because she said on The Real one day, something they were talking about, and Lonnie's fat ass said, well, it's just like we just not listening to each other. She's talking about the whole country. We're just not listening to each other. People feel like we just not listening to each other. And that's usually what gets by. And all praise is due to Allah. Adrian said, but who's not listening? And you could tell she meant what I know she meant. But she kept it cute. As if she was just being inquisitive. I loved it. She deserves an Emmy just for that. All right. Somebody get one of my Emmys and mail it to Adrian Bailon. Do it now. All right. So the thrust of that video was to itemize and to begin to show that it's important to not just buy into these low battery warnings. All right, you guys, we're at 15%. But we've been in it for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I think I'm going to take that as a sign from the universe. Let me try and quickly read your comments, and then we'll be over. So that I got everybody in. I read Jordan's Johnny Cochran. The Most High will shut down the financial system, J9. Yes, Jordan, I did get a census letter. I haven't talked to the census people. I told them to write me down as stolen African. They looked at me crazy, but they wrote stolen African. Um, Mike, you said I'm cracking up at you, Jedi. I have to watch this back and know what I've said. You know, I speak from the heart. I don't. I won't remember what I've said until I watch this. Yes, indeed. Um, Chronicles 7:13. That's from the scriptures. Um, J9, I don't know if I knew you were a Pisces also. You know that elevates you in the throne room immediately with the Jedi. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But just immediately that just your status, your whole status, just you know what I'm saying. You just so it can't be helped. You know what I'm saying? You just automatically elevated. Feel me? It's just we can't really help that. Feel me? We just can't help that we superior. We just I mean we just wish we could help all the rest of y'all, but we can't. um, why are they doing a census when the devils will be jumping out the window soon? Well, because MW, so that they can lie again, because they always have to know. They know that they're not the majority and haven't been for a very, very long time. All right? So this will just be, they will come out with some dumb numbers. As I already told you now, even with Latinos, they can only declare themselves black or white Latino. What do you think they're going to pick? You know? So it's more lies and scandal. All right? Uh, Jordan is a Cancer. All right. I don't know, but I find it off that they are now doing the census. I haven't been one of those in decades because it's done every 10 years, Jordan. It's every 10 years that they do the census. So that's why it feels like. In fact, you even said I haven't seen one of those in decades. Just leave the S off. You haven't seen one in a decade. So you were right. They're done every 10 years. The census. Uh, uh, oh damn! This thing it doesn't. This is a weird ass phone. Water signs stay murdering people in their mind. Died 1,000 deaths. I don't know, but I do. I've told my audience publicly. I pray for the deaths of people. I do. Like that. I know that your intent is evil. Like it's not like you're making a mistake. Like you're intentionally evil. I'm praying for your death every day. I'm praying. Ya Allah, please destroy them from the earth. Remove them from humanity. MW, I'm a fire sign. Don't think I'd be able to ice them out. Jordan, you said fire too. They asked. That's why that was her. That was Jordan's response to you, MW. Uh, let's see. Um, J9 said Jesus looks like the Caesar Borgia. Just because that's they know black folks are Judah. Um, that's why they make all their money off our talents. Yes, they do, and we need to stop giving our damn talent away. Start owning our shit. Just saying. MW says culture vultures. Uh, Judah, I love you. I love you. I love you. Blue rap. Your blue rap. What blue wrap do I have? Does this look blue? It's black. It's black, baby. Uh, we're going to get you. We're going to get you to Africa, my brother. I'll be behind you soon. I appreciate that, Shiro. And W says, I'm about ready to go to camp, Jedi. You know what, you guys, I'm going to do? I will follow up with another live stream. Okay, he will be president again by claiming national emergency from Toyota Corolla. Yeah, but I already saw an expert, a constitutional law expert who broached that very topic and how that could and could not happen. That's very interesting. We'll talk about that in the next live stream. We didn't talk about what you came here to talk about. We did and we didn't, Maisha. We did, but I didn't. I can expound more. I think when you hear it back, you'll go, okay, yeah, he totally did. Totally. Totally. Did I stay on that? Absolutely not. And it's my way in these live streams to begin with a topic that I'm firm about, but I want it to be more about you guys than it's about me, because this is the only time that we get to have actual exchange. Other than that, I record a video, put it out, and then you leave a comment and I answer it or I read it or whatever. This is like right now, so when people bring up something incidental, then I'm happy to speak and talk and have a real conversation with you in that moment. So it's both and really. Um, yeah, my head wrap is black, Shiro. So we're definitely going to run out of battery, you guys. Um, so I just want to say this in closing. Today is Sunday, I think. Yeah, today is Sunday, right? Today's Sunday, ain't it? I'm calling it Sunday. All right. It's what I say it is. Today is Sunday. All right. So, um, inshallah, I'll do another live stream tomorrow. Earlier than this one. This one, when the inspiration came on me, that's when it has to be from the universe. And so such will be. But I'm saying I intend to do one tomorrow. But I'll get it in earlier than I did today. Especially now that I know that I can. Yeah. So, I just want to say I love you guys all. Jordan, as I say, I will find time to get to Facebook and see your thing there and accept your friend's request, and I will send you something back, and I will make sure that I make statements in my next live stream as well, and so forth. I can't tell you that, Maisha. I don't tell where I'm at. If I tell you what time it is, you know where I'm at, and then I have to kill you off, and I'm not killing nobody this year. Now, anyways, but many of you know, because like I say, many of you, we have each other's phone numbers, we text, we call, we do it all. So it's not like that. It's just some people have engaged and some people haven't. So, but anyways, I love you guys all. I exist here for and because of you. And I'm so glad that so many of you showed up to participate in this stream tonight. That girl, shout out to you. I didn't see that before, so I missed it. My sister said you remind her of our grandma. I love that because in fact, I mentioned one of my best friends, James. I can't remember how many years me and James have been friends, but I told him from the time we first met each other, I said, man, and it's difficult to tell another dude. I was like, you remind me of my grandmother. And for years, it was that. Finally, it wasn't until 2009, I said, James, you know what? I know why you remind me of my grandmother. Your birthday is the same day of her death. I'm not going to start crying. Because I could never stay mad at him. James has a good heart. He remind me of my grandmother. He's old-fashioned because he's from the South. He's from South Carolina. I just like, you feel like my grandmother some kind of way. So I totally understand that comment. I totally get that. And I'm honored. Because I always say grandmothers run the world, dude. It's grandmothers, everybody. They run the world. Nothing greater than grandmothers. Nothing. There's nothing. Except for the divine. That's it. Not talking about these 20-year-old grandmamas. Not them heifers. They ain't earned it. Talking about real grandmamas. Them real ones. You know? Like the one that raised me. Real grandmamas. Real grandmamas. So, anybody that I missed, I'll make sure that I remember to shout you out in the next live stream, you guys. And again, I thank everybody who has and will donate to this campaign. As I said, you can go to the GoFundMe or you can go to the Cash App. Again, my Cash App is the Jedi1814. It's very easy. And I look forward to us continuing this tomorrow at an earlier hour than it is across the country right now. And I bid you all a good evening, a good morning, and a peaceful and restful sleep. Have some tea. I'll see you soon. This is the Jedi.